All right, let's talk about AI stocks. In a world full of them, one name has been on an absolutely wild ride, leaving investors both incredibly excited and, frankly, a little terrified. Today, we're putting BigBear.ai right under the microscope. We're going to unpack the hype, the risk, and the real story behind its mind-blowing growth.
So it all really boils down to this one central question. How in the world did a single AI stock manage to soar over 300% in just 1 year? I mean, a number like that, it just begs for an explanation, right? Yeah, 300%. That is not a typo. It's the kind of surge that takes a relatively unknown company and puts it on every single investor's radar practically overnight.
So who is the company at the center of all this hype? Well, let's pull back the curtain and meet BigBear.ai.
You've probably seen its ticker, BBAI, popping up all over the place, and if you have, you know it's a hot topic. It's gotten this reputation for being a high-risk, high-return play with these crazy price swings that attract traders who are all hunting for the next big thing in AI.
But what does BigBear.ai actually do? I mean, what's under the hood? They're not just another AI company. They say they specialize in a pretty specific field called decision intelligence. So let's decode what that really means.
Okay, so their official mission is to, and I quote, fuse AI with deep expertise so decision makers can act with speed and confidence. Let's put that in simple terms. They build complex AI systems to help organizations, and this is key, especially the government, make better, faster decisions when the stakes are incredibly high.
And just look at their client list here. This tells you everything. This is not consumer tech. We're talking defense, the intelligence community, homeland security, even critical supply chains. They are deeply, deeply embedded in national security.
Now, when you focus this intensely on government and defense contracts, it naturally leads to comparisons with, you guessed it, the big giant in the field, Palantir. So let's actually see how they stack up.
This is the question on every investor's mind, isn't it? Could BigBear.ai, which is a much smaller, much younger company, actually be the second Palantir? Could it follow that same kind of explosive growth path?
And when you put them side by side, the contrast is, well, it's stark. You've got Palantir, the established, profitable giant, and then you have BigBear.ai, the smaller, growth stage challenger that isn't profitable yet. But, for some investors, a company that's still burning through cash just screams massive growth potential. It's the classic high-risk, high-return gamble.
But here's a fascinating twist. What if it's not really about competition at all? Some analysts argue that the relationship is actually complementary. Think about it like this. Palantir's platform could go out and find all the critical data, and then BBAI's AI could use that data to simulate the best course of action. Now that's a powerful potential synergy.
Okay, so we have the hype, we have the potential partnerships, we see the vision. But for any serious investor, this all boils down to one thing: separating the real, solid catalysts from the cautionary red flags. Let's look at the financial reality.
And this really is a tale of two narratives, isn't it? The reasons for hype are compelling. You've got a huge strategic partnership to expand into the UAE. You have a new CEO who was literally the former head of U.S. Homeland Security, plus major deals with Palantir and the Department of Defense. But the reasons for caution are just as strong. The company is consistently unprofitable. It's missed revenue forecasts. And that stock volatility, it is definitely not for the faint of heart.
So, given that tug of war, how does BigBear.ai plan to turn all this hype and potential into actual, sustainable profit? Let's break down their game plan for future growth. Their strategy is a pretty classic three-step playbook. Step 1, solidify that government base. Lock in those large, long-term contracts with clients like the DoD and the U.S. Army. Step 2, use that top-level credibility to expand into the commercial world. Think airport security or supply chain logistics. And finally, step 3, go global, using key partnerships like the one in the UAE to break into new international markets.
And you have to remember this sandbox they're playing in. It's absolutely massive, and it's expanding at a dizzying pace. The global AI market is projected to just skyrocket, potentially hitting over $1.5 trillion by 2030. If BBAI can actually execute their strategy and just capture a small slice of that enormous pie,
The potential is just undeniable.
And all of this, it leads to a much bigger, more profound question. As these private AI companies like BigBear.ai become completely essential for national security, it forces us to ask, when life or death decisions are being powered by proprietary code, who really holds the power? Is it the government, or is it the company that built the AI? It's a critical question to think about as this entire industry evolves.